Okay, we are live on the Off the Cuff show here with Masai Lincoln. I'm here with my younger brother Jay.
Yo.
And my friend Ben.
Hello, hello.
It's alright. But yeah, it's a bit of a squeeze because it's a bit of an awkward setup. But yeah, you guys all good?
Yeah, man.
Yeah,
Splendid.
It's a bit hot, innit?
Oh, I'll tell you.
Might be too.
I know. The thing is, you know, we actually, me and Ben, so we done it last week. We already done an hour, and then we went to the pub, and then we were like, because you know that place over there, the Crooked Billet, it's called. It's always bouncing.
Yeah.
We were like, should we go there? But then, so we were going to. So we started off in Spoons, but it was a bit dead. So we was only in there for a drink. Went to the Penfolds in Arms, which we've been to before. We've been there like for years, going there for years. But it's a bit of a rough. It's a bit not rough, but it's just a bit like what I can't explain. It's not rough. It's just like
Yeah, I know what you mean.
yeah.
Rough around the edges.
Yeah, but it's not rough. If it's not dangerous or anything. But it's a good atmosphere. And we were like, we were in there, and then we were gonna go to Crooked Billet over there. Cause you know it's like always bouncing when we go. But basically, we didn't realize that one closed at 11 and this one closed at 12. And by the time that we were gonna leave, it was like 10:30. So we were like, oh, there's just no point. So we just stayed in there.
Yeah, it does. This other pub around the corner, it does look a little bit. You said Penfolds in Arms isn't rough, but this one does look a little bit rough.
Do you think?
Yeah,
It's quite lively. Yeah, it looks lively. I mean, I've never been in there, so I can't really say. But one day we should go in there after a show.
Yeah, just for a laugh.
Yeah.
I'm 100% down.
And then the next day, I literally walked all the way back here to get my car.
Yeah. It was worth it though. That was quite good.
No, it was good. It was class.
Go for a drink after.
Yeah, it was good.
I was up for that. Yeah.
We should have actually bought drinks here today. But I
Yeah,
forgot.
next time.
Next time, yeah.
And we said last time I was speaking to Masai, I was saying that we should like watch or have a TV show to watch or a movie to watch in a week. So
And come back and review it. Yeah, do you know what? I remember you saying that, but then I was thinking about it the other day. I couldn't remember exactly what you said. You was like, oh, we need to do something, but I couldn't remember what it was. And I was like, is it... I wasn't thinking that. I thought you was going to say like something else. But yeah, that's what it was, to like review something. Yeah.
That'd be good.
Yeah, it would be good.
We'll do that for the drinking episode.
Yes, yeah, we should.
Yeah.
Do you know, like, makes me laugh. You know, like on those Joe Rogan episodes where he has all of them on, and they're all doing like mushrooms and poppers and stuff, like, and they're doing like balloons. This is one of them was doing balloons, but they call it whippets.
Yeah.
Right.
And like, I think it's quite new to America.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's quite funny, and the guys just like tripping out and stuff, and like doing mushrooms and stuff.
Yeah, it's so weird that you've got like rappers walking around with canisters and things like that. Like big
Yeah, no, I saw like these American kids, like this TikTok of like them with like these big like smart whips.
Yeah.
And like these big dispensers, and I was like, oh my days.
It's so weird.
Yeah. It's jokes. Have you been watching any of the Olympics?
And not even a little bit.
No, it's actually been good, to be fair.
Yeah. It's what have you been watching?
Swimming, diving. I watched some 100 meters today. I watched some 1500 meters, and it's insane. I've actually watched. So it's just qualifying at the moment. So there's loads of like qualifiers, and then there was this guy who won one of the qualifiers. He was from the UK, and it was 1500 meters, and then he won it kind of like the last sort of maybe 300 meters. But he done like they all ran it in like 3.5 minutes, which is just insane. So like for instance, I run a 5k on average between say 4.5, 5-ish, 5.5 minutes, let's just say. But they're doing a kilometre and a half in literally 3.5 minutes. It doesn't even look like they're running fast, but they're literally, if you ran with them, you'd think they're sprinting kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's the same thing with that guy who got the world record in the for the marathon. When you're watching him run,
yeah, it doesn't.
Did it in like sub 2 hours or something.
Which is insane.
Oh yeah, Kinjogi, yeah. His pace was unreal in that whole thing. And when they did all the miles like stacked up next to each other, the pace was so consistent. Like it wasn't like they got slower and slower and slower. Like you think the pace of the miles was pretty steady the whole way through.
Yeah,
it's ridiculous.
Which is insane. I mean, obviously, I'm not anything like these professional athletes that train all the time. But I ran a half marathon like last month, or a month and a half ago, and I done it in literally 2 hours bang on. So you got to think if that guy's running like a whole 26
twice
miles,
as fast.
twice as fast basically, which is insane.
It's actually ridiculous. But yeah, as you were saying, when you watch him, it just looks like he's jogging. He doesn't even break a sweat.
It's insane actually.
Yeah.
I always find it interesting watching videos of if you get like a set of people like different like mixed abilities, and you put them on a treadmill, and the treadmill is the pace of whoever, whether it's 800 meter runner. They did one recently on BBC with like the GB. I forget her name, but like GB's main 800-meter runner for the women.
Yeah.
And basically they put the treadmill on the like her 800-meter pace, and the people like I think the best person did like maybe 45 seconds at her pace, and they're all dying at the end.
That's what I'm saying. I know, that's ridiculous.
There's just no way I'd be sprinting.
It just goes and shows, like the level of fitness. Because I mean, there are loads of fit people out there in the world, but obviously nowhere. And you got to think about all the people that are at the Olympics, but all the people that didn't make it.
Are like
you got to think about all the people. You got to be better than everyone in your country, and then all the other countries that might not be as good, but they're all better than everyone else in their country, which is insane. Yeah.
It's like the fittest people.
Yeah.
I find interesting. It's been going viral, like the shooting.
Oh yeah, with that Chinese girl.
There's a woman with the aura, and there's the Turkish guy. I find that a bit more interesting.
That's all.
The guy that came second, like he had a lot of aura. Like,
but did you see the Chinese guy? Where he's got like he's doing like the really theatrical.
No.
Did you not see it?
No.
I think he's Chinese or Korean or something. And I need to find a picture, but there's been loads of memes about him and her. But yeah, it's
I haven't seen a guy, but yeah,
Mate,
everyone's
check
seen
this recording.
everyone's seen the woman, and yeah, she had a lot of aura, but like. The guy who just turned up with no equipment. Oh man.
Yeah.
No,
he was class. And he was like the best one, wasn't he?
He came second. He got silver medal. The first thing I saw when I saw that guy with no equipment, I'm just a natural shooter. Like it's a new meme now. I thought I wonder if like. I mean, he's got to have worked for his country.
That's what everyone was saying. He might be like an agent
like killed or something.
Yeah, like he must.
That's the first thing I thought.
Yeah, he must have like served in the military or something like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that, I don't know if you saw the picture of the Chinese girl with the cool sunglasses up. She just reminded me of like Zhang Wei Li if she done.
If she did something else.
Yeah. For China. China wins so many medals. It's actually a joke. They're actually good at everything.
Yeah.
Like they're two divers. I was watching the female diving, and obviously you get judged on how in sync it is. There was
I saw
you couldn't even see the other girl behind her. That's how in sync they were. It was
That was
insane. They're so good at things like that.
It is kind of crazy though when you think about the size of the UK compared to China and the US, and it's just us three near the top.
Well, usually Russia is there.
Yeah.
I think Russia are usually the top three. I think it usually goes America, China, Russia, but obviously they're not there, and then us. But it is very impressive.
It is quite impressive.
But you've got to think, China's got over 1 billion people, and then America's got like 400 million people.
Thank God for immigration.
Yeah, literally. But it'd be interesting to see if like how many medals everyone sort of ends up with. But yeah,
I forget that in the Olympics, like a country has to win. I'm not gonna lie, I always just kind of think, it's just a big tournament.
Well, it's the same ones that always. It's always sort of like China, America, Russia.
But like what I mean is, I forget that at the end, a country is gonna win the Olympics.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
But in a way, I don't really think that's the important. The important thing is say you win in your sport.
For sure.
You're not really bothered if because it's impossible unless you're one of those two.
Yeah, like it's not like I don't think events carry more weight, do they? It's just medals. It's just counted medals.
I think it. What do you mean?
I feel like the way they would count it is maybe I don't know about team sports, but in general, like say for example, the table tennis champion isn't going to get more medal points than say the 100.
I think each gold or silver or bronze is.
No, yeah, I get that. But what I mean is that say the gold medal for table tennis doesn't count more than the gold medal for
100 meters. Yeah,
100 meters,
I think it's all the same. Yeah.
So it's really just about getting on that podium, really, and just trying to get as high as you can.
Yeah, and it's insane when you see say races and they lose by say 1/10 of a second or something like that. I think the UK Team GB there was a the women's rowing. I think it was the rowing for 4. I think they were. Oh wow! Oh, damn, bloody hell! I think they're all right now. I think.
Let me throw my phone over.
What was that?
I don't think it's that.
What do you think it is? Do you think it's this?
No. I think it's fine. I think we're all good. But yeah, the women who won it last year, I think they not last year, last Olympics they came first. But this time they came second by like not even a split second.
Yeah.
It's just the fine margins in these sort of races is just incredible.
Yeah. Are there people that are better than Bolt yet?
I don't know. I actually have no idea.
No, there's not.
I don't think there's a world record yet.
I think so. He still holds the world record.
And Olympic record.
Okay, yeah. I'm guessing he does.
Sure. And the last time I heard that like about a fast guy, like the fastest guy is from Italy.
Yeah, but he popped for steroids, didn't he?
Did he?
Yeah, he popped. Yeah, I remember he popped for Peds. Let me have a look. Who's got the? Oh, I haven't got any signal.
I don't think it will take long though for his record to get beaten.
No, I think it will, because he's a freak athlete. Like, if you look at all of the sprinters, they're all like sort of 5'10", 5'11". He's like 6'2", 6'3". So he's got much longer strides.
He was like 6'5".
Oh, well, either way, he's got much longer strides than all of them. So I think that's part of the reason.
As well, in the era that he was in, it's kind of like football. You see how it kind of peaks like 2000 to 2010. Like, that era of sprinters was ridiculous. Like, you had like Justin Gatlin, Tyson Gay,
Johan Blake.
Yeah, we had like so many like freaks at the time. I mean, obviously, I don't know if it was a bigger deal back then. I don't know. It's like nostalgia bias, but like.
Well, no, but Bolt is the fastest. I'm
But what I mean is like there aren't as many stars now. I feel like before.
Try and get a bit closer to the mic.
I feel like before I could name like 5 or 6 sprinters before, whereas now I couldn't tell you he's in the race.
No, neither could I.
To be fair, I only knew Bolt. I didn't really. I mean, I knew some of those others, but I only knew them because of Bolt. I don't actually remember watching 100 meters before Bolt was running. To be honest. Yeah.
Yeah, but unpopular opinion though with your point about the football, I feel like the players now are better than they were in 2010.
No way.
Trust me.
It's
definitely not.
It's just
I would say
it's definitely not.
Nah.
Best player in like the world right now is probably like Mbappe and Haaland. Like
the funny thing is, I always hear people say about like, Zidane is the best player you'll ever see.
Nah. Well,
if he was playing in the Prem now. I don't think
days.
he'd even make Luton's team.
Good Luton and champ.
Are you joking?
I really don't think he would.
Zidane can play against Luton by himself.
No, like,
are you joking?
No, I do get what you're saying, but if you look at, say, the best players from 2010.
Look how many world-class players were at the time.
There were so many better.
There aren't hardly any. Mate, do you think Jude Bellingham would win a Ballon d'Or if he played in 2010?
Yeah, that's actually, he wouldn't even be close. Like,
I mean, I would say
he's not better than like Xavi or Iniesta or anything.
I think he's better than both.
Well, he's not though, is he?
He is.
He's got a better hairline.
And I mean, yeah.
He's definitely one of the players.
He definitely is.
He's one of the players of all time.
When he's like 28.
No, he is. I love Bellingham, but I'm just saying there are
nowhere near.
way better. Even like the English midfielders, I would say he's not as good as them, like Gerrard or Prime Lampard.
If we just plopped him in that era, we would be like, wow.
No, he would be incredible. But I'm saying he hasn't done anything really that yet. Because if he fell off for now, everyone would be like, oh well, him and Dele Alli were like the same.
Yeah.
It's just that Dele Alli played for Tottenham.
Yeah.
If Dele Alli played for Real Madrid.
Same with Dele Alli. If you had a time machine and you took Dele Alli back 15 years, everyone would be like, wow, this kid is unbelievable.
Everyone would be like, wow, he's not as good as Gerrard. That's what people would say.
They might do.
I know what you mean. Like, okay, say if you took like flipping, who's like a bit techie, I don't know. Say if you took like Ben Rama and put him like 100 years ago.
Oh my God.
Yeah, I get what you mean. They think he'd have like he'd be committing sorcery. I get it.
Exactly.
But like, that's because the game's evolved. Like,
yeah, so I think in every sport the athletes do get better, but that's because of resources and stuff. But I think if you look at the best, do you know what I think it is? The average players are better, but the best players back then were better, in my opinion. So if you look at, say, like a really small club like Palace, for example, if you look at, say, a player who's a decent player,
Eze?
Like
good.
but Eze's really, he's probably one of
Mateta.
Mateta, who's all right, he's a good player.
He would be the best striker in 2000s.
So like, say
he would be R9.
if you put him, say, even 10 years ago in the Prem, he would be way better than the average striker in 2014. Is what I'm trying to say. But he's not better than the best players.
Suarez.
Say Suarez is way better to me. It's way better than Haaland and say Aguero. So like Mbappe, like Thierry Henry for me is better than Mbappe if you saw him in his prime. He's just better. Because they do everything the same, and Henry's just got more flair and he scores more goals. Like he's just better.
And like,
I don't know if that's true.
And like, think about it as well. I know guys like, I feel like there's no equivalent to like Kaká now. You know what I mean?
That's actually very true. Yeah.
Like, I even forget about him myself. I thought he goes under the radar.
And players like, say, Ronaldinho. I know he's like a once in a lifetime player, but Ronaldinho's better.
The funny thing about all of
he
this
came first.
Is we're only talking about attackers.
Okay,
and
fine.
Then the defenders just make
no, but I'm saying the
players
best.
So much
no, but
worse.
I'm saying there's so much better world class players now. So say if you put Van Dijk 10 years ago, he'd be up there with Terry and Rio.
Not even just talking about. I think Van Dijk's better than both of them.
But that's fair enough. That's a fair opinion. Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if you think even about the quality of tactics of defensively,
yeah,
and defensive shapes, they make attacking players look so much worse.
I agree. Yeah.
Well, yeah, because the way the game's played now, like it's a lot slower. It's like
even 20 years ago, it looks like they're playing in mud when you're watching them run around.
Yeah.
They're so slow.
But what I'm trying to say is the average players are better now. So say for example, say in 2014, the year Liverpool should have won the league. You look at say an average Prem team, but say a solid Prem team, so like Stoke. Who was in that sort of Stoke team? Say who was the guy there? He's actually from like Liverpool, but he was Irish. Jonathan Waters, for example.
Right.
I think he's a very good player. Scored, I think, nearly 100 Prem goals. Very, very good player. Very solid Prem player. But say the player that's sort of, say 12th now in a club that's 12th now, he's probably as good as Jonathan Waters or better. Do you get what I'm saying?
Yeah, definitely better.
Yeah. Whereas the best players in the Premier League 10 years ago would have been Suarez, Yaya Toure, David Silva. Who else was at the top of the Premier League? Hazard. They're all way better than, in my opinion, than the players that are best in the Premier League right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Easily. Like I'm not gonna lie, I like Haaland and that. I respect him and I respect
He's a great
his gangster,
player.
But like him, when people say he's like the best player in the world, like, or like, you know what I mean? It's just
best Norwegian striker.
Like, man, he might be the worst striker of all time to be considered the best player in the world by that many people.
No, I think that's harsh. He is a great.
To be considered the best in the world. Yes. Like,
He's a great player.
The amount of strikers that I know, like Messi, Ronaldo era, kind of Messi.
So yeah, you can't really count Messi, Ronaldo. But like
what I mean is, as in like, so when obviously you wouldn't say Benzema was the best in the world or Suarez was the best in the world just because they played. But
that's because they played with Messi and Ronaldo.
That's what I mean. In that at the same time.
Well, you'd have to say you'd have to not include them in that.
That's what I mean. But like,
to say some of the best player in the world shouts in say that era would have been say Frank Ribery, Robben, Wesley Sneijder. Who else was getting? Suarez was getting best player of the world shouts at the time. Who else was it? Hazard, Aguero.
Well, like 10 years ago.
Yeah. People, if you weren't including Messi and Ronaldo, people were saying things like that.
Yeah.
Because you got to think who was third best, basically.
Even like
Iniesta.
Yeah, no, it's true. I mean, even that's what I mean about going back to like Bellingham now. Yeah. I personally, Dele Alli. I think Dele Alli at that age was better, and I also.
I don't know. I think
Pogba at that age was better.
He's the
at
best
20. How old is Pogba
Actually,
now?
No, maybe like 22.
How old is Pogba now?
He's like
32.
He's 32. So 12 years ago, he wasn't doing anything. He was in Man United reserves.
Okay, no, my bad. I meant like 22, 23.
Well, when he was at Juve, he had like spraying a few through balls against like Spalletti FC. Yeah.
He was good. I'm sorry.
He was good, but like literally got benched by like Tom Cleverley.
The last point I'm going to make, right, is the best striker in like the 90s was like
Shearer.
Well, no, like that Jardel bloke that was scoring like 50 goals every single season.
Who, sorry?
That Jardel bloke that was playing for Porto. He was scoring 50 goals. He played with Ronaldo just when Ronaldo was coming through. He was like the best player the best striker in the world, like at the late 90s.
I would say R9 was best striker in the world.
No, that's like late 90s, isn't it?
Yeah. He said late 90s.
So the thing is, this kid was scoring more goals than R9. He never got in the Brazil team because he was doing drugs all the time.
Yeah, but he was not better than R9. Like
no, obviously not. But I'm saying.
And you got to think, like Brazil's team was actually they had 3 Ballon d'Or winners in that team.
Yeah.
They had Ronaldo, Rivaldo, and no, Ronaldinho didn't come in until like late 90s, early 2000s. But like he wasn't. So for example, Ronaldinho. Cafu was the right leg. But like, say they had Ronaldo, Rivaldo, Romario, so they had that front 3, and you got to think 94 World Cup. They bought Ronaldo. He played 1 game. I think.
Really?
That's how good their team was. Like ridiculous, and they won the World Cup in '94, and they got to the final in '98, and then they won it in 2002. So their team was just stacked. But that's what I'm saying. The better players in sort of the '90s, 2000s, in my opinion, were just and 2000s pretty much were better. But I just think the average players have gotten way better. Say for example, you'll always say now in the Premier League, even at the worst teams, you'll always have 1 or 2 like outstanding players.
But the thing is, when the average player gets better, they make the better players look worse.
So you're saying when the average players get better, they make
when they're playing against.
He's basically saying that does this.
The gap gets smaller.
Yeah. So then, when you see these amazing players that are playing against club players, you're like, wow.
No, but I think
when you see these also amazing players playing against other world-class players, you're like,
I think that's because, like I said, because the average players have gotten better. Yeah, there's just less of a gap, and also I don't think the better players have gotten better. So that's why the gap doesn't seem that big. I think because I think if you did sort of obviously it's hard to say because you can't actually physically switch the times around. But I just think.
I think you can objectively say that Messi is better than any of these players.
Yeah, but Messi.
That's like an
But I'm not even. I don't even include Messi and Ronaldo in these debates because they're
Yeah,
just
that's
freaks of nature because they don't really count. I'm thinking about everyone else. Those two don't count. I think because I think if you would put them in any era, they would just be the best players of all time.
Obviously.
Yeah. So
you could drop them at any point. In time.
yeah. So I don't think it's fair to say. I try to not include them in these arguments because.
But I would say in like 50, 100 years, I don't think that would be true.
No,
Well, maybe not, but
I know it's like it's never like certain, but I really don't see it, man. Like I don't know, like did y'all like for example, there's no player alive today, like from 16 all the way up, every professional player who can catch up right now.
No, not yet.
Like who's the best young player? Yamal. He can't even catch
well,
up.
I still no, you can't really say that though. I mean, I don't think that's gonna happen, but I don't think it's gonna happen. I really don't. But if he went on from. Because Messi didn't start, say, scoring... I know I say only. He didn't start scoring 40 goals a season until he was about 23, 24.
Really? Was it that late?
Yeah, like the late 2010s. No, late 2000s. He didn't...
I thought it was earlier.
No, because when he was in the team, he was scoring... He got into the team in 2004.
Yeah.
He didn't even play in the Champions League final in 06. They left him out. And then he would score sort of 13 goals a season, 17 goals a season. And then it would eventually become 20. And then early 20s, he would be scoring 30 goals a season. So it's not like... People sort of remember the peak, but they don't. He wasn't scoring 50 goals a year when he was like 19. It just wasn't happening. It didn't actually start happening until he was about 23, 24, which is still insane. But it's not like he was scoring 50 goals a year when he was 20. It just wasn't happening.
People were still identifying him as one of the best players.
I remember the first time I saw him play when he was 17, 18, and they were saying this guy's like one of the best players in the world. So, yeah, I mean it's hard to say, but there are some sports. I mean, people will say there's probably never been a heavyweight boxer as good as, say, Mike Tyson or Muhammad Ali, and he was fighting 60 years ago. I mean, you could argue that, I don't know, Tyson Fury might beat Muhammad Ali. You don't know because
I think he would. But
that's the thing, we just don't know. But what I'm trying to say is he is still one of the greatest, and I think if you did put him in any era, he would be just as good, kind of thing.
I don't think just as good.
But the thing is, if he was in this era, he'd be even better because he has all the resources. And someone like Muhammad Ali, he lost 3 years of his prime because he didn't want to serve in the war.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's an interesting point that all of these world-class players from the past, they would have the resources.
Yeah.
And the improved technology. So if you're going purely based on talent,
that's what I'm saying. That's what I had to base it on. Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
that's a different argument.
A guy like Pele or Maradona, they didn't have the resources with science and stuff. And back then, you could actually foul people and not get a yellow card. Whereas people would be kicking Maradona all over the place. Messi, he can get free kick after free kick. Do you know what I mean? So it's different. Things are different.
Yeah, very different.
Yeah.
What are we even watching at the moment?
I don't know. Is this BMXing?
It's so cool. Right? That's a really cool event.
And this is so dangerous.
They all look like 12.
Yeah.
They're wearing helmets.
No, but some Olympians are 12.
Really?
Yeah. Or there was these girls. There was these girls. No, yeah. Tom Daly's been in the because he's only in his like mid to late 20s.
He was 14.
He started. He was in the Olympics when he was 14. Yeah, 20.
That was allowed.
Yeah, 2012. He was like what, 14, 15. Yeah.
Surely all of the gymnasts must be like 10.
Oh,
they're training from when they're like 4 years old.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not surprised they should, but I'm not. I'd be if you're allowed to compete from any age. The best gymnasts when you're most flexible are like 10 years old.
Yeah, but then you might not have the strength.
Yeah.
So like when you're a teenager,
because you wouldn't have the core strength, and you got to think you wouldn't stop growing until you're in your early 20s, late teens. So you wouldn't be as physically strong as when you. Oh my god, that guy just got crushed.
Really? I didn't see it.
Oh my god.
oh man,
That was right at the start of the race as well.
I hope you might win.
Oh, mate, this is painful to watch, you know.
I think I don't mind watching this because I'm not really I can't really comprehend how fast they go.
Yeah.
It's where, oh my god.
Like they're pedaling to the mid.
That's another thing as well. When I saw the archery, I never realised how far away it is.
How far away is it?
It's like I saw a video on Twitter where you think it's like right in front of you, but they panned all the way across the stadium like that.
Wow.
It's like a football pitch.
Damn.
If not further.
Yeah, I'm used to playing it on my phone, like on iMessage game.
Yeah, no. Watch this. This guy drops.
Oh can't even see him fall.
I'm sure there was someone fell. Oh my god. Okay, it wasn't that bad, but still, that's got to hurt.
He's alright. He's big. Not really.
He's a tough cookie.
Oh no, it's the British.
Oh, was it our guy? Oh, man.
This sport is rigged.
Did not finish. That is terrible.
It's not rigged.
Oh, damn.
Oh my days. Men's race.
So this is the semi-final. Wow, France have got 3 guys.
Yeah, it's BMX.
It's the worst day of my life.
Do we not have any more guys left?
No, we're all out.
So this is highlights from earlier, but I haven't seen it.
Oh, is it highlights?
Yeah. I was watching the judo earlier.
Oh, what was that like?
France had this guy who won the gold. He's massive. He's literally like 6'5". I watched him in the semi-finals against this guy from Tajikistan. I think he won it. I think he was already the champion from Tokyo. So he faced this guy from Tajikistan, threw him about pretty easily, and then he got to the final. I watched the other semi-final. It was against one guy that was South Korean and a guy that was Japanese.
Yeah.
I can't remember who he fought in the final. It was I think he was Japanese. And then he just went through him so easy. It's insane.
Yeah, it's actually mad.
And judo is such a weird sort of sport because it's a bit awkward for one to watch because I'm so used to watching MMA. You don't know what's going to happen because is there going to be a takedown? Is someone going to punch you? Whereas with this one, you know what the other person's trying to do because the goal is to sort of flip them over.
Oh, is that all you're meant to do? Just get them on their back? Just take them down?
I don't know exactly. I mean, I don't know the rules. I don't know judo that well. But in a nutshell, you're trying to sort of do a judo throw and get them on the ground and pin them down.
Yeah, the interesting thing is, I remember it was Ronda Rousey that was her thing.
Yeah, she won gold at the Olympics.
Oh, yeah. But it's just...
She won it in Beijing in 2008, yeah. Her and DC her and Daniel Cormier were teammates.
Oh, were they competing at the same time?
Yeah, so
he was doing wrestling, right?
Yeah, he won, I think he won bronze in 2008 in Beijing, and she won gold in judo. And Kayla Harrison, we watched her against Holly Holm.
Yes.
She won gold twice, I think in 2012 in London.
In wrestling?
No, judo.
Oh, she's
a judoka as well. She won, so she beat, I can't remember who she beat, but she won it in gold in 2012, and she won gold in Brazil 2016.
I guess Ronda's lucky she didn't join the...
Well, they're different weight classes in judo. Yeah. She's much bigger than her.
Massive, yeah.
She's like 10, 15 pounds. Well, she's about 15 pounds heavier than her.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're different weight classes. But in MMA, now she's a bantamweight. Do you mind checking? I don't know if you got internet. Can you just type in Kayla Harrison? Because I saw a headline on that Verdict app. They said that she's got a fight. They got announced today, but I missed it apparently. So if you just type in Kayla Harrison on Twitter and to see what it says. Remember we actually watched her last fight against Holly Holm. I can't believe she made 135. She's so big.
Yeah. I wish they would change the rules of weight classes.
What do you mean?
Well, I just wish you couldn't just balloon up like 50 pounds.
No, but she used to fight at 155.
Yeah.
And there's no women at 155 or 145.
She's fighting Ketlin Vieira.
Ooh.
On the 5th of October.
Ooh. 5th of October, is that?
I don't really know who this person is.
Ketlin Vieira, she beat Holly Holm last year, I believe, I think. Or lost to Holly Holm. She fought Holly Holm last year.
Yeah.
Yeah. That'll be good.
Why isn't she just fighting for the belt?
Because Juliana Pena, who was champion, she was meant to be, when we watched Strickland versus Duplessis, Pena was meant to fight Nunes last year. When she fought Irene Aldana and she just done nothing, do you remember?
Yeah.
And Pena got injured last minute, so they put her in there, Aldana. And then when Nunes retired, they was going to do Pena versus Pennington for the belt in January. Pena got injured, so Buena Silva went in. She fought for the belt. Pennington won, and I'm assuming they're going to give Pena the next title shot.
Okay.
Yeah, because she was champion, to be fair to her. So.
Yeah. It's a shame though. It just feels like a delay in the...
Yeah, but I think it'd be I think the UFC are probably thinking they'd rather Pena be champion right now because they can sell a fight with Pena versus Harrison. That'd be it, because they don't like each other, so they got beef.
Oh, do they?
They got beef, so it'd be good. But to be fair, Pena's got beef with Pennington because they was on the Ultimate Fighter together 10, 15 years ago. So they don't like each other either. So they got beef as well. So yeah.
Okay, that's good.
I'm so annoyed about Leon, man.
But you have to be a guy in the mic.
I'm so annoyed about Leon.
Mate, that was so bad. Like, I'm not making an excuse for him, but I think it was so dumb how the UFC, the timing was terrible.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's not an excuse because Paddy looked great and Arnold Allen looked good, but I think, I mean, it was, even if Leon had this performance of his life, it was so dumb for the fans as well. Imagine being there, like, they finished at 6:30 in the morning.
There were so many videos I saw.
People falling asleep, yeah, I saw that, and I was just like, damn, like, that would have been me if we went.
Because realistically, like, people that have gone out for it, they probably would have just started drinking as if it was a normal night out.
Exactly.
As if they would have started at like 7 or 8 or whatever, and just, do you know what I mean? That's
probably
like
even earlier.
Earlier than that, it's like 12 plus hours just like drinking.
Oh mate, that would have been. I would like the energy, especially when I think it was Chris Leroy Duncan lost. The energy in the arena was just like, oh man, and it was like 2 in the morning. So it was like 3 in the morning, and it was just like, oh man. And then Paddy come out, and he woke up the crowd, and then him getting a finish really woke it up, and then Aspinall really woke it up, and it was like, damn, okay, I'm ready to go. But Leon just looked so hesitant, and Bilal literally just bullied him.
Yeah. Yeah. It's lucky they had 2 first-round finishes as well. It would have been even later.
Oh my god, yeah. Yeah, that literally went to thingy. Actually, saw a funny vote. I had a picture of Bilal, and it was like, you know how McGregor said precision beats power and timing beats speed. Yeah. Someone said decision beats power and time limit beats speed or something.
It's so true.
But to be fair to Bilal, he looked incredible. That's the best I've ever seen him fight. I mean, I've always rated him, even though I think he's not the most exciting fighter. I've always rated him, and he looks incredible. He really just bullied him.
Just give him Shavkat right now.
Yeah, I want Bilal to fight Shavkat. Yeah. And then Ian Gary to fight Leon.
But then who's JDM going to fight? Oh, he's still injured.
He's still injured, and he's just had a baby, so I think he'll just come back next. So I want that to happen, and then give the winner of Gary Leon fights the winner of Shavkat and Bilal. Yeah.
I'm so down for that. Yeah.
Because I was thinking, if let's just say Leon won, I was saying, what would have happened? I think they would have done Ian Gary versus Leon. No, sorry, Ian Gary versus Shavkat, and then the winner fights Leon.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be sick. Oh, do you know what would be good? If they did Jack Della Maddalena against Usman.
Yeah.
That would be good.
That would be kind of interesting, yeah.
I kind of would like to see Usman versus Bilal, but you can't give him a title shot. That would be so good, though, I think.
Yeah. Oh, I'd love to watch that. Hopefully, if Bilal loses the next fight, then you can do it.
Yeah, but I think they should just do Usman versus Jack Della Maddalena. Do that in maybe the end of the year kind of thing. That'd be good.
Yeah.
So do we think John Jones would retire after the Stipe fight then?
Yes, I think he's gonna retire.
Same.
He probably will. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think he's scared of Aspinall, by the way.
I don't either. So. I just think he's doing what makes sense. Like you fight the heavyweight GOAT, it solidifies your legacy, and plus it was already booked as well. Like I don't think he's running from Aspinall.
He's not.
Because think about it. I think him coming up and beating Garn as easy as he did. Not to say Aspinall was just like a moment guy, but he killed that hype train of Garn so easily, right? And it's just like, what would the Aspinall fight actually do for his legacy?
Oh no, it would do a massive thing to his legacy.
I think in the current
compared to Stipe, like the best heavyweight.
No, but
I'm not saying it wouldn't do anything. I'm saying compared it to
if he beat Aspinall, because Aspinall right now looks like he's gonna be the great. He could be. If Aspinall carries on the way he is, I think he'll be the greatest heavyweight of all time. Not saying that Stipe, because for me, Stipe is the greatest heavyweight of all time, one of the greatest UFC fighters of all time. But the guy hasn't won a fight for 4 years. Yeah. He hasn't fought for nearly 4 years.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? Like, and also, John Jones is not a massive favourite, but he's a favourite, and people expect him to win quite easily. So, and you got to think, Stipe has lost to his last fight. He got brutally knocked out, and the guy that he's also lost to at heavyweight, DC, Jones beat him twice anyway. So it's just a bit like Jones should really, on paper, go out there and beat him pretty easily. If he was to beat, let's just say they booked Aspinall Jones, and he beat Aspinall, everyone would be like, wow. Even though Jones doesn't need to do it, he can retire now, he's the greatest of all time. But if he beat Aspinall, everyone would be like, wow. Because, let's just say he does fight Stipe in November, which everyone expects him to do. He beats Stipe, everyone would be like, well, yeah, you should have beat Stipe. Do you know what I mean? Everyone would be like...
The only way he can solidify it is if he comes back 6 months later and said, yeah, fine, I'll fight Aspinall.
Yeah, he still might do it.
So good if he did that.
But if he did beat, let's just say he says, the UFC this guy, you know what, forget this.
Whoa, oh, God.
So All of
Tom
them?
Ford.
Yeah, I think,
Oh,
and also I
man.
think as he fell, he took another guy down. I'm
Oh,
not sure.
man.
Though.
But let's just say they book. Imagine if they did the UFC that says to Stipe, okay, can you just step aside and you can just fight the winner? How about
Yeah.
that?
Yeah,
And you'll get a title
literally
shot.
thinking that,
If they said we'll just give you a title shot regardless. Imagine if they just said, okay, Jones versus Aspinall in November, and then Stipe.
Stipe Pereira.
That actually wouldn't even be bad.
I'd love
I'd
that.
actually watch that. And
I'd love that.
Pereira could win that as well.
He'd knock him out in 26. Oh no, he's going up a weight.
Yeah. Stipe is
I've
very
got to
good.
put some respect. Yeah.
But Pereira could win that fight.
Yeah.
But if Jones beats Aspinall, that just not that it's already cemented, but puts it even higher.
Yeah.
Because no matter what, no one's catching Jones in the GOAT conversation anyway.
Well, not for a while. Unless
There's no one
wins
fighting
for
right now.
The next 8 years. I mean, he's only 30, 31.
32, 33.
There's no way he's 32, 33.
Yeah, I think he is.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's 30.
Is
Yeah,
that
31.
32?
I thought he was 31.
I would say 31.
Look.
I just
he's
can't
actually
believe the
injured,
older
so-
I get, like next year, I'm going to be the same age that John Jones was when he became the champion. What?
Yeah, he's the youngest UFC champion ever. So Tom Aspinall.
Wait, ever of any weight class?
Yeah, ever.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Tom Aspinall's 31. Yeah, 31. And Jones is only 36?
Yeah.
So he's only 5 years older than him.
Not crazy old for
So
him.
you got to think
That's crazy.
5 years ago, Jones was still had like 2 light heavyweight title shots that he won, whereas Aspinall wasn't even in the UFC. So I don't think Aspinall's catching Jones in the GOAT competition. He's not.
I mean, if he beats Jones
Yes.
and then carries on just knocking everyone out, just taking a fight every 8 months until he retires at like 38.
I think
And
the only way I'd put him in GOAT conversation is say he beats Jones, beats him again, and then somehow was managed to beat Ngannou or something.
Oh,
Yeah.
Ngannou comes back, yeah.
Or they do a cross promotion
Or he
fight.
just finds him on the street.
He records it, yeah.
Yeah.
That's a shout.
If he beat,
Go on Instagram Live.
because I still think if Ngannou was fighting MMA, he's not that he's the best, but I don't know. I think if Aspinall, I don't know who. I feel like who do you think would be the favourite? If say if you had to bet on it, 10 grand, Aspinal versus.
I would bet. On
I'd always. I don't
I'd
know.
bet on Aspinall.
Ngannou is so.
Ngannou always knocks someone out.
But the thing is, like, okay, is Aspinall a guy who gets hit?
He has been hit. I mean, when he fought Pavlovich, he did get rocked, and even Blades rocked him last
Even
week.
Blades, yeah.
Then maybe. Yeah.
And but saying that though, Ngannou for me, Ngannou's just I've never seen power like that. He's the scariest man.
That time when Blades caught him, if that was Ngannou, he would have just knocked him out straight away.
Not necessarily,
Just
because I mean, Ngannou has not hit people with shots and they haven't gone down.
Yeah.
So like the first Stipe fight, when he fought Gane, he didn't drop him or anything.
Yeah.
But man, I think he's the hardest hitter in all of combat sport. I don't think there's anyone that hits harder than him.
Yeah, it's very close with him and
Wilder.
yeah.
And even Wilder, he's way bigger. He's way bigger than Wilder.
Yeah.
Like way bigger than him.
Wilder's just crazy.
Wilder's crazy, but I think Ngannou's power. And when he dropped Fury with boxing gloves, that's just insane.
Yeah, that is crazy.
So I don't know. That's a fight I'd love to see. Imagine if they said, imagine if Jones had said I'm retiring.
Yeah.
And, it's a shame that we never got to see. We're probably never going to see Ngannou versus Jones or Ngannou versus Aspinall.
That's one. Like I would choose of all the fighters and maybe what if fights. I would choose if I could make one real. I'd make Jones easy.
Oh my
easy.
God.
That's like the easiest thing I'd ever choose.
Or Ngannou Aspinall would be great.
But Jones and Ngannou.
Jones and Ngannou would be the biggest.
I would choose.
And if they did
that.
it in Africa as well.
Oh
my God, yeah.
That'd be crazy.
What other fights do you reckon there are where you're like, wow, if we could have this fight, it'd be huge.
Well, if you go back in time.
Are we going like back in time? I mean like now, but you can do it back in time.
Okay, fine. Well, the only one I can really think of for like a past fight was like the Tony Khabib one.
Oh man, I got booked 4 times as well.
But right now,
But it doesn't have to be realistic, or like it could be like semi-realistic. So say for example, if you could somehow, if they were both on form, if you did Islam versus McGregor, would be
yeah,
huge.
okay, that's another one that's up there for me.
Yeah.
That's probably the second. Well, like, no, that's the biggest one for me because
Yeah,
it would be the biggest night.
That's not gonna happen, but that would be huge.
What's another one I guess I would really want?
Leon versus MVP, that'd be good.
Yeah, might be a bit of a chess match. I might get a little bit quiet there.
Yeah, maybe.
I don't think MVP's like that though.
I think MVP does go for it. To be fair,
The only time he has fights like that I know of is when somebody is actually stifling him.
yeah, like when he fought Logan Storley.
I feel like there's just a couple. There's like quite a few McGregor ones, like McGregor, Oliveira.
Oh,
Like,
that'd be
like
incredible.
McGregor against just any of the sort of top active lightweights would just be great. Really.
McGregor Volkanovski.
That'd be a good one.
Or if they did,
Be fun.
that, do you know what would be good?
They both went shaved head like they did.
Yeah, and they done it. Yeah, they done it at 155 or 170.
How about
McGregor Holloway rematch?
what if they did a Sean O'Malley Volkanovski? Or Sean
that'd
O'Malley
be
Max?
Right.
Sean O'Malley Max. Do you know what would be good actually? Or Sean O'Malley Topuria.
Yeah.
That would be good.
Yeah,
or
right.
Topuria Islam.
Right, I've got a good one that's going to be weird with weight classes, but MVP Michelle Pereira.
I mean,
They would
that
have
could
to do
happen.
a
I
lot
mean,
of-
Pereira was at 170 last year. I mean, that wouldn't be a bad fight. And he's tall. He's
I
big.
would love to watch.
That'd be cool.
He's probably one of my favourite fighters to watch. He's not somebody that I think of, but when I actually watch him, I'm like,
Oh
I
yeah,
love this
he's
guy.
exciting. Yeah.
I love this guy.
What about John Jones, Alex Pereira?
Yeah, people were talking about
That, I mean, yeah, people were talking about that.
that.
Even John Jones, even Pereira Aspinall would be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, because Aspinall's so skilled and so precise, but he knows that even though he's a bigger man, like he can't get hit by Pereira. You can't.
No,
risk
you
it.
can't.
You can't. There's no one who can say, "Oh, I can eat something." From
Yeah,
him.
no, definitely not. Definitely not. What,
How about fine. How about if we do the hardest hitters and we just said Pereira and Gardy?
Yeah, that fight would last about 20 seconds. I don't think. I don't
They
think.
might as well just give both of them guns.
Yeah,
Sledgehammers.
yeah. Well,
That'd be fun.
what would be another good one? Or McGregor Gaethje.
Yeah.
That'd be good. But they would just be swinging.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
The thing is, McGregor Chandler is.
Yeah, I know, literally. Mate, I can't believe that fight still hasn't happened.
Oh,
But it's probably gonna happen in December. He's saying.
Oh, I wanted to watch that so bad.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
bad.
I would really like to see Islam Leon, to be honest.
Oh, after seeing Bilal do that to
But then
Leon,
true,
I
yeah,
wouldn't want to
true.
see that
Maybe not.
because Islam's way better than Bilal.
Yeah.
Who's the top striker in welterweight then?
Top striker and welterweight, Wonder Boy, Shavkat, Ian Gary's good.
I mean, let's be honest. The best striker in welterweight is
It's Leon.
MVP.
Wonder Boy and MVP. Those are the two
MVP
best.
is the best striker.
They're the two best.
He's the fastest striker.
Well, yeah, him and MVP, him and Wonder Boy are just as probably as good as each
You think so?
other. Yes.
He's faster than the other?
Yeah, I think when Wonder Boy's on his game, he's just incredible.
Mm.
He really is.
Yeah.
There's
I won't argue.
There's a lot of great fights like that. I'm trying to think. Do you know what would actually be fun to watch? Actually, it probably wouldn't be fun, but the build-up would be fun. Colby versus Strickland.
That would be the worst fight ever.
The most racist fight.
The press conference would be so fun.
Bro,
The fight would be.
if you went to the car park of that fight, you just see like thousands of Confederate flags. Every
That
truck.
that would be class. That would be
Yeah,
such a
Every
good fight.
truck.
That'd
Yeah,
be funny.
that would be good.
I think the worst press conference ever would be Aspen and Wonderboy. Like the two nicest people of all time.
Wait, I mean, is it? Because Shavkat's a pretty big guy. Is it feasible for him to go up to middleweight?
He's not like bulk. He's not like really muscular and stuff. Like I mean, he could one day, but I think now he's still young and he can still make
Okay, fine.
170
How
quite
about-
easily.
Imagine if they
Or they did Shavkat Hamzat. Because they used to be, they were nearly going to fight one day, but then before he went up
tasty.
to 185, it looked like they were both going to fight for the belt. That's what I think. If Hamzat didn't miss weight that time, he would have fought Leon after Usman, and I think they would have done Leon versus Hamzat, and let's just say Hamzat won. I think we would have had Hamzat Shavkat this year or next
I'd love
year.
for them to fight for the belt.
Oh my god, that'd be so good. I forgot about Hamzat completely.
But
I want to see Hamza Adesanya or something like that.
Yeah. To be honest, I just want to see Hamzat fight because it feels like it's been a year basically.
Yeah.
It's nearly been a whole year since he fought.
I thought it's been longer.
No, he fought last October against Usman. So
That fight was disappointing. I can't remember what happened.
no, that fight was good, but he stepped in on short notice for Costa because Costa got injured. Usman took it on 10 days' notice, and then Hamzat was dominated him at the start, and then Usman came back. A lot of people thought it was a draw,
Yeah.
and yeah, it was a good fight. It was a very good fight actually.
Yeah.
So I don't know. There's a few fantasy matchups out there, I think.
What about in the lower weight?
what about
class?
Usman Shavkat? Where they?
Yeah, but the thing is, that could actually happen. I mean,
Yeah.
yeah, that would be good. That would be very good.
I just want to see Shavkat versus anyone.
Do you know who I would have liked to have seen? Bilal Muhammad against Prime Colby. I think that would have been really good because they were probably not going to wrestle each other because they're just going to out wrestle. It would have been just a kickboxing match essentially. Yeah.
That would be quite fun.
Like when Colby fought Usman the first time, that was one of the greatest fights in UFC history.
Honestly, that's
So
the fight.
good.
That's the fight that got me into UFC.
And that fight was literally, I had it 2-2 going into the last round, and then Usman gets the finish.
Yeah, it was. Yeah.
What a fight!
Yeah.
And Colby broke his jaw in the second round, and he was still going.
Really?
That's actually.
That's the Colby I miss.
Yeah.
Like when he would that fight against Leon was so bad.
That fight made me actually like start going gym. Like because basically when I was getting into UFC and I heard that apparently these guys have the best cardio in UFC, they were just going for 5 rounds. I just thought I need to reach my maximum.
Wait, are you talking about the first fight or the second fight?
The one where he broke his jaw.
So 2019.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
That's kind of what made me want to train because I just thought, wow, you need to get to your maximum because these two guys are they're absolutely maxed out.
It was incredible.
Oh, it was unbelievable. That was unbelievable.
And it's even more impressive when you remember Usman doesn't have any knees, which is incredible.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's a shame we're not going to see Peak Usman again.
Yeah, it's a shame. It really is. Prime Usman was one of the best champions I've ever seen.
He was so unbeatable.
Just looks unbeatable.
He was he felt inevitable to watch.
He really did. He really did.
There were so many unbeatable champs at the same time, and now we got none.
Yeah, because you had Habib, Usman, Adesanya when he was in his prime.
Volk was unbeatable.
Volk. Do you know what? Funnily enough, that was the night that Volkanovski became champion. That fight, Colby versus.
Was it?
That was when he won the belt against Max Holloway.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you had a lot of undefeated champs where you thought, wow, John Jones was there. Who was heavy? Wait, no, yeah. So John Jones, Adesanya, Usman, Habib, Volk. Who was 35 champ at that time? It was Cejudo. Well, he wasn't. You didn't really feel like, yeah. But yeah, there was a lot of great champions at that time.
Yeah, for sure. But we're starting to get some good ones now, like Islam, obviously.
Islam's putting on a run.
Tapuria looks like he's going to be a good champ.
Ooh, do you think he's going to beat Holloway?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to be close, man.
I think unless they take it to 5 rounds.
It will be 5 rounds.
You think 100% it will end up.
Well,
no one's getting knocked out.
It's a title shot. Oh, you mean if it goes to the
decision?
decision?
If they take it to the whole 5 rounds,
yeah.
I think Holloway could outbox him potentially and just win on points maybe. But
you got to remember, Holloway's never been knocked out.
Yeah.
He's only been finished once with a submission. Poirier submitted him 12 years ago. But he's never, and he's got one of the best chins in MMA. Yeah. You've got to think about all the hard guys that he's fought with the crazy hands, and he's never even been dropped. He got dropped once against Gaethje, but it didn't count as that he got dropped. Gaethje's one of the hardest hitters in UFC history, and never been dropped. He fought McGregor, he's fought Volk, he's fought everybody. He's fought everybody with hands, and he's never been.
How about this matchup? If Holloway went up, Oliveira, they already fought.
They've already fought, but that would be good though, because Oliveira back then, Oliveira wasn't that guy back then, so it would be interesting to see that at 155. Yeah. Actually, I wonder who Oliveira is going to fight next.
Yeah, you've lost, didn't you?
I would have liked to have seen him fight. I know he's got a fight now, but him versus Dan Hooker would have been good or something like that.
So who's Oliveira next?
Do you know what would be good? Oliveira, Paddy Pimblett.
I would enjoy that one.
Because they both got amazing jiu-jitsu.
That'd be like what should be in that Coliseum.
Yeah.
Wait, so who's Oliveira booked for next?
He's not got booked. He hasn't got a fight booked. Hooker's got. He's fighting Mateusz Gamrot in Australia in next month.
Yeah, who the hell is Oliveira gonna fight, man?
Do you know what would be good if they just did? If they just said, "Oh, okay, if McGregor wins, you get to fight McGregor."
Yeah.
That'd be unreal.
The thing is, they're going to hold up the division even more if that gets delayed. Everyone's like, no, I want him. I'll take him.
Yeah. But the thing is, it makes sense for Oliveira because he's already been champion. He's got money. Yeah. It kind of makes sense where he says, "Okay, I'll do it."
Yeah.
So if I was Oliveira, I'd be like, "Okay, let me fight the winner of Chandler McGregor."
Yeah. And
especially if McGregor wins.
That'd be crazy.
And I'll be like, yeah, let's do that. And whoever wins just gets a title shot.
Yeah, just for a laugh, yeah.
Or imagine if they done McGregor Chandler, which they are going to do. McGregor wins and they do McGregor Paddy. That'd actually be good.
That would be really
Or so like, okay, do you know what they should do? In December, they should do McGregor versus Chandler in December, which they're planning to do. And then that same night, do Paddy versus, say, Dariush or something. Yeah. Someone that's a bit higher up in the rankings. Who's like around that sort of, say, Gamrot or Hooker or someone in that range. Let's say Paddy wins, McGregor wins, and then they do McGregor versus Paddy, and then the winner gets a title shot. Because obviously the UFC want to push it's kind of a win-win if those
Yeah,
two fought, because
100%.
they can't lose if those two fought each other.
Yeah, that's so true.
Cause that make if Paddy was to beat McGregor, that makes Paddy even bigger.
I think the worst case scenario for them would be like
A draw.
Michael Chandler wins, Dariush wins, and then Dariush beats Michael Chandler. Yeah, I guess you're fighting for the title.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be funny. But no, but to be fair, I'd watch Chandler versus Paddy.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah,
mate,
yeah,
that would be unbelievable.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I'll watch Chandler versus anyone.
Yeah,
I've never seen him have a boring
I've
fight,
never
ever.
seen him have a boring. Even in Bellator, he fought like this. It was insane.
Never in my life. He's maxed out all his stats except fight IQ.
Yeah, I remember I saw this like TikTok where it was like Chandler if he wasn't the stupidest person on earth, and it had like Mayweather with all his belts.
Yeah. He's such an idiot.
Because he'll just literally he
Go
doesn't
gung-ho.
care.
He does not care.
He just goes to entertain the fans. To be fair to him,
Yeah.
he's literally kill or be killed.
He's like a guy where he's just there to watch the fight, but then they just say, "Who wants to come on?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'll do it.
He is actually the BMF.
Yeah,
Like,
he
let's
is.
be-
He literally is.
BMF. Yeah.
They should just bring back Nate or Masvidal and just do Masvidal versus Chandler
That
at
would be
170.
so funny.
If Chandler loses, that's what
Yeah.
they should do.
That would be so
Because people
funny.
still want to watch Chandler no matter who he's fighting.
Yeah.
They should just say, okay, fine, Masvidal versus Chandler. Because Masvidal's still signed with the UFC.
Yeah.
And they just say, okay, Masvidal versus Chandler. They both get paid. That'd be class.
Have they brought back? I was listening to something about UFC recently. Have they brought back Nick Diaz?
Yes.
Yeah.
So he was meant to be fighting tomorrow. Well, no. Well, that technically they bought him back 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So he
Isn't he like 45?
he's about 39, 40.
No way.
Yeah.
It feels like he's so much older.
Yeah, he was fighting in MMA 20 years ago.
Like, how much is Nate? I mean, how old is Nate?
Nate's about 3 or 4 years younger. Nate's about 36,
For
37.
some reason, I thought it was like the age was.
No, they're only about maybe 3 years apart. Yeah.
That's crazy.
But Nick. But the thing is, Nick, in my opinion, was way better than Nate,
Yeah.
especially in his prime. He was one of the best fighters in the world. And yeah, that would have been. But he was meant to be fighting tomorrow in Saudi Arabia against Luque,
Yeah.
and it got cancelled. And I think it's a lot to do with because it's in Saudi, and maybe he couldn't be asked to travel and he can't smoke weed.
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's
what-
probably.
that's
I don't know why they put that in the first place. To be honest.
He probably just didn't know.
Yeah, I think he didn't know. Yeah,
Someone warned him that you will go to.
and he
prison.
lost. He got banned for all those years for smoking weed.
It's
when it
crazy,
was,
isn't it?
and he lost like how many years of his prime when he was still 30,
And then they just got rid
31.
of that. Got rid of the
And then they
rules,
got
didn't
rid of the rule whilst he was still banned. Like it was just,
Yeah.
so when Nate fought Conor the first time, even the second time, he wasn't allowed in the arena. He wasn't even allowed to watch. How
So
mad is that? He had to watch it from the casino.
Yeah.
It's ridiculous, isn't it?
So stupid.
And he lost his prime for that, man.
Yeah. I feel like once you get rid of the rule, just
Yeah, so insane.
ridiculous, man.
Yeah, but he's a legend.
What a guy.
But they should just do that. Do if Chandler loses to McGregor, do Chandler versus Nate or Masvidal. Sign it back. Sign Nate back and just do Chandler versus Nate.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man.
So many actually of these fights where these older guys, where they're not going to win a title or they're not going to challenge anymore. Just let them fight each other. Or like they're like legend matches. That'd be
Let
so
them
fun
bang.
to watch.
That's
Yeah.
what it's all about.
So I'm actually on a night out.
Matilda from Love Island, she moved fast. Oh yeah, Love Island finished this week.
Did you watch?
How was it?
Oh yeah, the final was good.
Yeah, I caught the towards the end of the fight.
Apparently the black couple won.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah, I think I didn't realise that
ever
the
black
first ever
couple to
black
win.
couple to win it in
Because there has been a black person that's on before.
no, they
There
yeah,
was a
like
mixed race girl who won.
but there was an actual black girl last year that won it. But
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, in the Winter Series.
No, Whitney.
Did
Oh no, she didn't win it. Oh no, she didn't win it. Yeah, my bad.
Sammy and Jesse.
Yeah, Sammy. Sorry, I
And-
don't know why I thought Whitney
Yeah,
won.
you're
win-
thinking of the real one.
The Winter Series.
Yeah.
The Winter Series. Yeah, she won in our hearts. In the Winter Series, a mixed race guy and like a South Asian girl won, but like
Oh,
so
crazy.
no one cares.
I never
about-
watched.
I
it.
never watched the Winter
No.
Series. I just saw her on Twitter.
Yeah, no one
like
cares about
square head, light skin, and Casa Moore girl.
Yeah.
Um,
But,
Well, no,
I
black people have won, just not in
in a
two.
black
There's
couple.
not two of them.
I remember there was a mixed race girl.
Amber won.
Amber,
Yeah.
she won with
she
Greg.
was with Michael and then left.
Yeah,
Michael.
she won
She
with the
was
Irish,
with Greg, Irish guy.
the Irish guy, the
And
rugby
then they
guy.
split up like
2
5
weeks
minutes
later.
after. Yeah.
But to be fair, they
That's
were
class.
together for 5 minutes and he won it. I mean, he played it perfectly. Go
Well, I
ahead,
feel like-
get 25
Yeah,
bags.
he
Get out.
shouldn't have split.
What?
I mean, I
Oh,
feel
you mean
like
split the money? No, it wouldn't be worth the egg.
it would be so funny though. Because no
That
one,
would be
no
funny.
One cares
I would,
about him now
yeah,
anyway.
because they don't do
No
it.
one
No,
likes
they
him.
don't split it anymore.
They don't
As
do
in,
that.
they
don't
don't
do it.
They don't
don't
do
give
the
you the
thing where
option.
here's the envelope. Oh, you're gonna split it. Now it's just like the winners are because no
25
one did it.
grand.
Yeah.
But the thing is, though,
I would love that to happen.
The first
what
time
I
that
want,
ever happened.
and I'm sure they had this idea when they started the show. Is I would love someone to like go all the way to the end and say, guys, I was playing a game, I want the money, kind of thing. But like then they realize that no one's gonna do.
Only because of the sponsorship deals. It has to be so much more money.
Yeah.
That it has to be like a ridiculous amount.
Yeah. Like
If
that.
if they had done it for say. Do you know what would be interesting?
250 grand.
250 grand. Because that would change the I think that would change the show massively, yeah.
People would go in there.
Because people would be like royal paranoid. Alright, we've got 10 seconds and it's the break, but we'll be back in 5 minutes time and we'll carry on this Love Island discussion. But yeah, we'll be back. Cheers guys. In a bit. Yeah, we're back.
We're back.
What were we talking about before?
Love Island, I think.
Love Island. Yeah, it was. Do you know what? This series was actually really good. I know people. It's not as popular as it used to be, but it still is a really popular show, and it was really really good. I thought it was great.
Is that true that the numbers have tailed off from before?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure because I remember last year the first episode didn't even reach 1 million views. When in its peak it was doing between sort of 1.5 million, 2 million.
Yeah.
By the end of the series, it was getting around 1 million, just over 1 million, which is still a lot.
It is a lot, yeah.
And I think I don't know what the viewing figures were this year, but it was good. It was popular. So but I don't know.
Yeah, it's good, but I don't know. Like if I had a little bit more spare time, I'd definitely watch it. But yeah, I miss watching Love Island, man.
Yeah, it was really good.
Once you fall out of watching it, it's so hard to catch back up.
Yeah, it is.
You've got to watch so many.
That is true. Yeah, and it was literally on. I mean, it finished. So a few weeks. It's literally on for 11, 12 weeks.
Yeah,
that's a long time.
Another thing as well, I feel like it might just be me, but the thing about Love Island that's so entertaining is like all of the drama and the relationship dynamics, but then once they get towards the end and it's all about the dates.
Do you know what though? This year it wasn't like that at all.
Was it not?
Yeah, it wasn't like that. Usually it's quite surprising. It's not really good towards the last few weeks.
Yeah.
But it was still kicking off until the last few days. Which
so
I've never, to be fair, I've never actually seen before. And it really was just kicking off.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, it was really exciting. And I was thinking the same thing. Oh, now they got the nice dates and stuff.
Yeah.
But there was still drama until the end.
Okay,
sort of thing.
yeah.
Especially in the challenges. The challenges really kicked off for nearly every time.
Okay. Maybe they've realised that themselves.
I don't know. I don't think it was. I don't really think it was that different. I think it was a lot to do with. It just kicked off more. I don't know why. Like, people were quite jealous. Not jealous, but people. It was quite competitive and stuff, and there was a lot of drama.
Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. Normally, towards the end,
it tails off a bit.
They stop with the challenges that could create jealousy.
Yeah.
Normally, they try and have challenges that are like how much you care about each other. It's very rarely that you have the option. Obviously, I haven't seen, but you have the option to kiss somebody from a different.
Yeah, they were doing a lot of those, and that didn't go down well. Where they would be, and some of the guys would do such dumb decisions where they would kiss another girl.
Oh, they'd do like kiss, marry, pie.
Yeah,
and they would marry the girl they're with and kiss someone else.
Oh, it was just,
why do they do that?
I don't know what.
Every year.
Oh, it's so funny. I was just like, what are you doing? It's just so much headache as well.
Why would you do that?
Mate, it's actually hilarious. Just class though.
Yeah. I mean.
I was waiting. I'm actually buzzing to watch UFC at normal times, man.
Yeah, I can't believe it's on so early.
Yeah, it starts at like 2 o'clock in the afternoon.
Oh, that's perfect.
It finishes at like 9, 10.
I need to make sure I put some bets on.
Yeah, the main event is Sandhagen versus Umar Nurmagomedov.
What are you betting on?
I've got like £10 on Sandhagen because his odds are over 2 to 1. So if he wins, I'll win like a decent amount of money. I
think people hear Habib's last name and they just.
No, to be fair, Umar is really, really good. He's world champion quality. He is genuinely that good. But yeah, you are right. People do hear the name Nurmagomedov, and they are literally cousins as well. And yeah, people go, oh well, he must be good. But to be fair, he is very good.
Yeah. But is that the only bet you got on?
Nah. Well, more or less. Well, I can't remember. I've done some other small ones. I know it's insane because Tony Ferguson's fighting, and he's literally 6 to 1 to win, or 5. He's like 5 to 1.
I didn't even realise he was fighting.
But he's fighting Chiesa, who's on a 3 fight losing streak as well.
Oh, perfect.
But everyone's saying, "Oh, this is the day. This is Tony. This is where the Tony
Finally.
title charge starts."
Yeah, right. I just can't believe how much worse he is. It's in
It's
such
worse.
a quick
He's
time
old.
frame.
I mean, he's like 40 years
But,
old.
I mean, it felt like just yesterday. It was like he's one of the best.
No, honestly, he was the best lightweight in the world for like 2 years.
But that was only what 4 years ago.
Yeah, he was interim champion when lockdown started, which is insane.
Mental.
And now he's just literally lost 7 fights. And if he loses again tomorrow, it's the longest losing streak in UFC history.
Oh, yes, because normally they get cut.
Yeah, I'm surprised he hasn't been cut already.
I
But
mean, you can't cut Tony.
I think they're low-key doing it so he doesn't... I think the UFC are doing it because they feel bad for him and they don't want him to
Go
fight
out
somewhere
on
else and just take more damage.
Yeah.
So I think they try and shelve him. I think they're trying to, in a way, protecting him from himself.
Yeah.
Because, oh man, I don't know. I just hope he doesn't
So
get
bad,
brutally knocked out again or something.
Oh, it feels like he's been knocked out every fight as well.
No, what was his last fight?
He fought Paddy and got battered, right? Was that the last one?
No, he lost a decision.
Was it decision?
Yeah,
The Paddy fight was a decision.
Yeah, decision. He lost a decision, and then he got tapped by Bobby Green in the fight before that, and then I think he got knocked out brutally by someone. I know. Okay, so let's go through the losing streak. He got finished by Justin Gaethje, like a standing TKO, but it wasn't like a nasty knockout. He was just getting beaten up.
TKO, yeah.
And then he got knocked out. No, then who did he lose to again? So that was 2020, and then he must have fought in 2021. I can't remember. I remember Chandler knocked him out so badly, he kicked him right in the mouth.
Oh,
And
man.
that was so hard to watch. It was painful. Oh, Dariush beat him a decision. Oliveira beat him in a decision. You know when he like nearly pulled his arm off? Do you remember when he wouldn't tap to the armbar?
Oh, yeah.
That was disgusting. So yeah,
How'd
he
you
lost.
even do that?
So okay, let's do it in order. So he lost to Gaethje, finished him. Decision to Oliveira. Decision to Dariush. Chandler like knocked him like into another dimension.
Yeah.
And then who else is at like the top of lightweight that he lost to? Oh, he lost to Nate Diaz, tapped him. Bobby Green tapped in. Paddy beat him a decision. Yeah, so that's the 7 fights. Yeah, he literally lost 7 fights in a row. It's insane.
Yeah. It's actually crazy.
I know, it's sad, really.
Feel bad for
I would love him to win tomorrow.
Yeah,
I checked the odds on him to win round 1 tomorrow. It's 20-1.
That is mental. I can't believe.
Well,
the odds
people
are
were
so
saying.
bad.
I mean, even I agree. Even though he should be the underdog, but I don't think Chiesa should be a 5-1 favorite. That's insane.
Yeah.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Chiesa's
So-
good, but he is a good fighter. But he's a decent fighter. But he's on a 3-fight losing streak as well, and he's 36. It's not like he's
Yeah.
fighting a young killer kind of thing.
You should probably bet on Ferguson then, right?
Bet on what?
You should probably bet on Ferguson then, no? Just stick like 5 on it if you feel like the
Wow,
odds are
I'm
too
low
good.
key. I'm thinking Ferguson round 1. I'm not
I
even
mean,
joking.
when the odds are that good,
Yeah, 20-1 to get finish him.
yeah,
in the-
5.
And for
worth
him
it.
to finish him, Tony to get a finish is 7-1.
Yeah, I think that's worth. Go for it.
Low key.
Yeah.
Put 50 quid on it,
Yeah, exactly.
mate.
It's just free money.
It actually is.
To pay for your holiday.
Yeah, literally. Oh, the things I would do for see. I just want to see him go out on a win
Yeah.
and just let him lead. Because
Put
I
his
think
gloves down.
I think this is literally his last fight in the UFC, regardless. I don't know if he'll retire. I can see him doing like karate combat or like fun boxing or whatever. But
You think
I
they'll stop
think
him?
the UFC will get rid of him after this fight. They can't keep him like, any longer than this. But
No, it's
imagine
just
if he
cruel.
wins and he's like, well, I've won. Imagine if he just knocks out Chiesa in the first round and he's like, title charge or whatever.
I think it would be quite fun if they kept him around just for like a couple of years to test the guys just outside the top 15.
Maybe, yeah.
They're trying to break
But that's
in.
kind of what he's done. He fought Paddy last fight. Do you know what I mean?
That's true, yeah.
I kind of would like to see him just do legend matches, like maybe against guys like Jim Miller and stuff, and
Yeah.
people that have been in the UFC forever. Just where it's a
The
fair
guy.
fight. I don't want to see him fight some guy that's undefeated, 15-0
He's
from
actually
Russia.
hungry for the belt.
Yeah, I don't want to see him fight that. Do you know what I mean?
Someone that's already given up.
Yeah, literally, yeah. Yeah, I know it's depressing, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see.
Low key, I wish I could actually go. Even though I've never been a big fan of wanting to go to Dubai and stuff, I think watching the fights there would be quite good.
That would be really
Because
good.
they've actually got like an atmosphere there, and you can drink and stuff, and there's things
Yeah.
to do in Dubai and Abu Dhabi in general.
Yeah,
Whereas I wouldn't really want to go Saudi just yet. I think in a few years, I think Saudi will be good.
it'll be better. Yeah.
Because I think they're building clubs and stuff, and
They need to.
you're gonna be able to, and bars, you'll be allowed to drink and stuff, or whatever.
Yeah.
Whereas I don't think, even though, for example, the fight was amazing when Tyson Fury fought Usyk, But I don't think I would go all the way out there to watch that, even though it was an incredible fight. It's just not worth it.
No.
Even to watch like a massive UFC event, I don't think I would do it.
No.
Because it's just, you're just going there for the fight and that's it. Whereas
There's
Abu
nothing else to
Dhabi
do,
and
yeah.
Dubai, you can actually do
other
stuff.
Yeah.
You can, like, it's an actual tourist destination.
Yeah, like they have clubs in the hotel and that sort of thing.
And bars, and there's actually, you can do things. Like they got the beach and there's things to see like the Burj Khalifa and stuff like that. That'd be cool, but apart from that, it just doesn't appeal to me at all.
Apparently the weather is absolutely horrible there.
Yeah, but everywhere's airconned.
Yeah.
Literally everywhere's airconned.
Yeah.
So
I meant like if we were to go outside somewhere.
Yeah,
just
but if you're in the
like, say-
beach, or you got a pool, it's actually not that bad.
Yeah. Apparently it's horrible. Like.
With the beach.
Yeah, just like the weather is so hot.
Yeah, so
like,
hot.
You
Yeah.
can't even believe how hot it is.
Well, if it's hot and you've got a beach and a pool, that's not that bad.
Yeah.
It's not like being hot here; it's horrible. But
Yeah.
if you go when you're away and you've got a swimming pool or whatever, that's pretty good kind of thing.
Yeah.
'Cause when I went to Italy last year, it was really, even in Ibiza last year, it was boiling.
Yeah.
But it was nice because you knew if you were hot, you could just jump in the pool or whatever, have a few beers, and it was just lovely.
Is it meant to be cooler this year?
No, it'd be the same.
Be
It's
the
the same time we went. Same time we actually went a week later last year.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's gonna be hot. It's gonna be like 30, 32.
Yeah.
But it doesn't really matter because obviously we go out at night. Apart from I think the Ushuaia's in the day, obviously, but all the other places that we went to in Ibiza, like during the day, we were just chilling around the pool, just
Yeah.
having sandwiches and stuff, and eating and stuff, having beers, swimming. It was fine.
Yeah.
And when the shade, like, yeah, it was just. I can't wait to go back, to be honest. And do you know what? Actually, that place we went opposite ours that we keep going on about with the frozen pint glasses. We, me and Prem actually had lunch there. We got like a paella there. It was unreal. Yeah, it was good.
Yeah. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
It'll be good.
There's another place, literally 5 minutes down the road from where we were staying on the beach. It was called Buddha Burger,
Right.
and it was this restaurant built like a Buddhist temple,
Okay. Yeah.
and it was outside, sort of inside and outside, and the food there was unreal. I got like this burger where it had everything in it. It had like egg, beef. It was like a beef burger with bacon and an egg in it. It was
That
unreal.
sounds nice,
Yeah,
yeah.
it was proper nice.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Yeah, it was
I'd
good.
rather just have a Big Mac.
Do you know what? I don't remember seeing a McDonald's out there. You know?
I think they do it on purpose, where there are certain franchises they don't want on the strip, so
Right.
it doesn't ruin like the culture of.
Yeah.
They have the same thing in Amsterdam, where if you're a franchise, you can't open on the strip.
All right.
So
didn't
you
know
have
that.
to be like a local business.
Yeah, do you know, now that I think about it, even when we went, actually no, that's not true, because I was going to say, when we went to Kavos and Magaluf, there was still McDonald's there.
Yeah,
and
they had like a Burger
Burger
King on it.
King,
Yeah.
yeah.
I remember that Burger King.
Yeah. But there was a Burger King at Ibiza, there's a Burger King at Ibiza Airport. And that's
Right.
like the only fast food place in there. Well,
Yeah.
one of the only fast food, and it was so good. I literally spent about, I'm not even joking, 35 quid in there.
I can't believe you did that.
Because I was like, I felt so much better as well. Like,
Yeah.
I ordered so much food. I made sure I ordered like I ordered like a double Whopper meal or something like
Yeah.
that. I ordered nuggets. I ordered extra chips. I got everything basically. I got everything.
Yeah.
It was so good. I had like 2 drinks. It was
I
unreal.
can't believe it didn't make you sick.
No, I was stuffed, but I felt great.
Yeah.
I was so happy I had that. It was unreal.
That does remind me of when we went to McDonald's and just ordered everything.
Oh man, I was kind of struggling at the end of that, even
Yeah.
though it was worth it. Because we didn't even order. How much did we order? We only ordered £20 worth of food.
Yeah.
But that was so much.
So much.
Yeah, that got me so many points.
Yeah.
I got so many free things from that.
Worth it.
Do you know what's funny? McDonald's is actually good, even though I don't go to McDonald's very often. But every day they send me these things and these offers every day. They'll be like,
Yeah.
"Oh, today, if you use your McDonald's app, you get a half price nuggets, or you get a cheeseburger for £1." They give me
Yeah.
all of these offers every day. Or if you order this, we'll give you a free coffee or something.
I've started using those with Lidl. So
Lidl.
yeah, just outside my work, I just use that for free stuff as well.
Oh, Lidl bakeries, unreal.
Yeah, that's why I brought that bread round today because I got it for free.
Oh,
but I was
yeah,
just like, oh,
yeah.
It's horrible.
Yeah, Lidl bakeries class.
Yeah, it's absolutely class.
Did you ever get that Subway offer that they were doing?
Yeah, I did. But the first one, I ruined it because I got a mango sauce by
Oh,
accident.
mate, I didn't even know they did mango sauce.
Horrible.
When I went there, they even gave me a free cookie as well. It was class.
Oh, mate. That's actually epic.
Can you just check if it's still recording, if it's on low battery? I'm sure it's fine. 'Cause we've only got 10 minutes left anyway. You're all good? Okay, sweet. But yeah, no, I always panic when I go to Subway because I get it like once a year.
Yeah.
I always forget what I order. And I'm like, oh crap, what was that?
Why don't you try something? I was talking to someone at work.
You were saying the
actually.
meatballs, weren't you?
I was like, why don't you just get the meatballs?
I don't know. I've never occurred to me.
Like whenever I think of a sub, I don't know why. I think it's because of Friends, like with Joey.
Oh yeah,
When he gets a sub, he gets a meatball
I
sub.
feel like it would just go everywhere though, like the actual meat. I'm worried it's gonna fall out the sandwich.
But that's what makes it so good. It's
Yeah,
like,
low-key.
oh my god.
I need to. I kind of want a Subway now.
Yeah, so do I.
Like, I might get one tomorrow.
I want a meatball sub.
Yeah, lich.
I'll bring him round before the UFC.
Mate, yeah, they'll buy it tonight and they give it to me tomorrow.
I'll heat it up, yeah. That'd be class.
Yeah.
Oh, that's actually needed.
Even like I was saying, the cookies and stuff in Subway are unreal.
Oh, it's the strawberry, the raspberry
Still getting
cheesecake.
raspberry.
Oh, it's so good. Raspberry cheesecake cookie or
What in Subway?
cookie, yeah.
Oh, don't know.
Oh, it's unbelievable. But it's almost never there because it's always sold out.
Jesus.
Oh, that actually sounded like a driver.
Yeah, it actually did. Yeah, I feel like I was in Snowfall.
Yeah, that's crazy.
But yeah.
Oh, I still haven't started watching that yet.
Oh yeah, your mum would like that as well. It's really good.
I might ask if she'll.
You should. It's on iPlayer. You got iPlayer, haven't you?
Yes.
Yeah, it's on iPlayer.
Yeah.
It's really good, and it's funny because they only finished last year. I watched it in a month. I only just finished it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah.
But I watched it from over a month. Watched the whole thing back to back.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was really good. Really good.
I might ask my mum if she wants to watch it.
She'd like it, yeah. She would really like it, and it's based on a true story as well.
Yeah. The last thing we watched together was the first season of Fargo.
Oh, Fargo's good. Yeah.
But we didn't get back into it. We just watched the first season. We were like, wow, that was really good. We'll watch the second season soon, and we just didn't.
Oh, okay, yeah. Fargo's good. You know, if you like that, you'll like True Detective. Have you seen that?
Right. No.
Oh my god, the first season especially is so good. Matthew McConaughey and Woodley Harrison.
Right.
So good.
Yeah. Have you seen Bodyguard? The Bodyguard.
I haven't, no. Is that Woody Harrelson, isn't it?
I can't remember. I haven't seen it. My mum is like, please watch it.
That's the film with Whitney Houston.
Wait, maybe I'm.
She's not in the film.
Else.
She's not in the film, but she's.
It's a TV show. Let me see.
Oh, if we talking about Bodyguard, the film.
Maybe I'm thinking of the wrong thing.
Because you know that song, "I Will Always Love You." That's the theme tune, isn't it?
It's definitely an English one.
Then it's not that. Then.
Bodyguard, English show. Maybe it's the wrong. I think it is The Bodyguard. I don't know. Maybe not. Yeah, maybe I'm thinking of something else. I'll have to ask my mum.
What, is this on BBC or something?
Yeah, it's something on BBC that was like really popular.
I think I've heard of it, yeah, because I thought you meant Bodyguard, the film.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I've heard it. I think it's on iPlayer. I haven't seen it though. I don't think I've seen it.
Yeah, neither have I.
There's so many shows I actually haven't watched.
There's just too much to catch up on.
Yeah, and I feel like there's so many things. I've watched all of the big series like Sopranos, Breaking Bad, Better Call Saul, The Wire. Oh, The Wire is incredible.
Yeah.
The Wire is so good.
I just couldn't get into it.
You didn't? Oh man, it's so good.
Give it a chance.
So good. The Wire. You need to watch Sopranos though. That's the best one. So good. Yeah.
Like Prison Break as well was another one that I just watched a season and a half and I was like, alright, I'm done now.
Yeah.
I've got a bad habit of doing that.
To be honest, unless it gets really bad, I'll watch it the whole way through. Especially if it was very good at the start. I have to finish it to know if the story is that interesting. I need to know how it finishes, kind of thing. And that's why I love shows like Breaking Bad and The Sopranos, because you just want to keep watching the next one.
I think something that I was thinking about this the other day actually was I started watching a show called Supercell.
Yeah. Apparently that's good.
Yeah, it was okay, but I realised the reason I didn't like it is because they had all these emotional scenes that you're like, yeah, this is really good acting and this is really emotional, but I don't care about you, and because I've only been watching this for 4 hours, whereas that's why I think Breaking Bad gets it right, because the whole first 3 seasons, I would say, maybe a bit longer, there's no, especially the first season, there's no emotional moments. It's very comedy leaning.
Yeah, like you get you get invested in them because you get to know them more.
Yeah, and then eventually when you're like, I don't know, 20 hours of watching it in, something emotional happens. You're like, that grips me. Yeah.
And also as well with The Sopranos, I know you haven't seen it. It's almost like even though it's a serious show, like you said, like Breaking Bad, it's like a comedy.
Yeah, and that's how it needs to be.
It's so funny. It's hilarious. It is. Hilarious.
Yeah, otherwise there's nothing to get you to keep
It's
watching.
so funny. It's just hilarious. But you should watch it. You I don't know if your mum's seen it, but you should watch that together because it's so good.
Yeah.
I watched that. Did I watch that?
Sopranos is one I'd probably just watch on my own. But...
Yeah, you can watch that on your own, yeah. But it's very, very good. I watched that with I watched that in lockdown.
Yeah.
I started it on my birthday, nearly 4 years ago, and we had I remember we've always had the DVDs.
Yeah.
And I started watching it, but it didn't. It was kind of, the DVDs were a bit broken, so it would start, it would be alright, but it wouldn't be that good. But I didn't realise it was on Sky, so I just watched the whole thing on my laptop as well, and it was great. And it was brilliant, so good. I've watched it twice now because it's that good.
The last time, I've just realised I didn't watch the last season of Top Boy, because I was about to say.
It got spoiled for me, so I never finished it.
Yeah, that's the last time I really got into a show.
Top Boy was brilliant.
I was just watching it back to back to back.
Top Boy was so good.
It was really good.
And it made me feel, because I only started, you know what's funny? I remember it being on when we was in school.
Yeah.
But because back then, you didn't have, say, catch-up kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I remember when it was on, I missed it when it was on, even though I remember it being on.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, damn, I missed it. And there's no way for me to go back and watch it.
Yeah.
So when the new series kept coming out, I didn't watch it because I was like, I haven't seen the old ones. But I didn't realise it was all on Netflix.
Right.
So I started watching it last year.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, this is so good.
Really
and when I was watching it, I felt kind of like, it just gave me like mad nostalgia. Yeah.
That's exactly what it's like for me.
Even though I felt like I was on the street,
Yeah,
but it just reminded me of being at school.
Yeah,
and I was like,
I'm the exact same.
Yeah, I was like, oh my days, because it's like early 2010s, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh.
It was like late 2000s, early 2010s, and I was like, wow, this proper reminds me of being like at school.
Yeah,
like the Just Do It bags and stuff, and just things like that.
Good.
And I was like, wow, this is like proper nostalgic.
Yeah. I miss watching that show.
It was so good, but it used to give me mad anxiety.
Yeah.
All good shows. I think all good shows can be mad anxiety.
They have to, yeah.
But I was watching that like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Again,
what's the last one before Snowfall, where you just had to watch it like back to back to back?
Top Boy is one of them.
Yeah.
What else is there? I can't think off the top of my head, but I think the last one that I watched was Top Boy, because I don't watch a lot of series like that. To be honest, mainly I watch documentaries.
Right.
I watch documentaries more than anything.
Yeah.
So I watch documentaries like all the time. And when I'm watching a show, say like Snowfall or whatever, I'm not watching documentaries in between because I'm just watching this.
Yeah.
I'm just trying to get it done. But yeah, I watched a crazy documentary the other day called Tell Them You Love Me.
Right.
And it's the executive producer was Lou Ferrigno, but he's not in the documentary or whatever. But I think he must have found the story or whatever, and it's his production company, and it's just an insane story. Like, you should definitely watch it. I can't spoil it because I don't want to give away any spoilers, but it's very good, very very good.
Is it based on like a true?
No, it is a true. It's a documentary. So yeah, it's really really good. It's really really good.
Okay, yeah. I don't really watch documentaries very often. Like I sort of feel like if something interesting has happened, I can just go and research what happened.
I know, but you don't get the backstory of the interviews and stuff like that. And yeah, I love a good doc. I watch documentaries all the time. Yeah.
Can't remember the last good documentary I've watched.
There's this really good one. There's this really good series on Netflix called Bad Sport, about corruption in sport.
Yeah.
I rewatched it the other day with my nan, and one of it was to do with the scandal in Italy. You know, when Juventus.
Yeah.
Yeah, about 20 years ago. When you watch it and they're tapping all the phones and stuff, it's unbelievable. You should watch it. It's really good. But there's episodes on different ones I've never even heard of. But I remember watching it at the time. I watched it like a year ago, and I was like, wow. But every episode is different. It's really, really good. And it's all different stories from different countries and whatever. And
that probably would be quite interesting.
You'd enjoy it, yeah, it's really good. Called Bad Sport on Netflix. It's really good.
Were there other countries involved, or was it only Italy?
That one was only Italy, yeah. It was to do with just Serie A. Yeah.
I do wonder about that sort of thing, like whether something like that is going on.
I think, listen, there's always going to be corruption. But I think now it's a lot harder to do things like that because there's just too much money involved. There's just too much money involved. I think back then teams obviously would, or say like that story, they were doing it because they wanted to win. But now there's too much money involved with gambling companies and sponsors. It's just so hard to get. You'd have to be a genius to sort of. It's almost like a bank. It'd probably be easier to rob a bank kind of thing.
Yeah.
Because it's just so difficult, sort of thing.
Yeah.
And I think, I think people will always try and game the system, but it's so difficult. I think.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
With obviously you're not really interested in games and stuff, but the gaming tournaments that I've been watching recently, um, even in just little gaming tournaments, it's not worth it unless you're like way down, because you just make more money from just playing normally.
Yeah.
And I guess it's the same with football.
Yeah,
with
the
amount of money
risk
there
isn't
is.
worth the reward,
It's
and I
really
think
not.
in football as well, it's probably harder to fix matches as well because there's more players
Yeah,
and a squad and a manager and there's the referee. There's so many variables in a sport
that's very
like
true. Yeah,
it'd be not that it wouldn't
in
be
like
easy.
tennis or something.
Like a one-on-one sport where you can get to an official or you can get to one player,
Yeah,
like a boxing match.
yeah,
Whereas, but still, even that is very difficult because people can tell when it's sort of
dodgy.
like. I remember that coach James Krause. It was nearly 2 years ago when he done the he ran. He's like one of the best coaches in MMA.
Yeah,
Coaches Brandon Moreno. Coaches loads of other guys, but I can't remember. But he runs a Discord for bets, and he wins so much. He had something like an 85% win rate on every UFC event, every MMA event. He would put his picks in, and he would say, "Bet on this," and I think this is going to happen, and he would win most of the time.
yeah,
Anyway, there was like a very weird line change. I remember watching this 2 years ago, and his fighter was fighting, and then the line changed massively. Like his fighter was already the underdog, but he went from being. It just
Slight
changed
underdog, so.
like an hour or two before. The line just changed massively. Everyone's like, "What's going on?" And then the fight starts. He's clearly injured,
Yeah,
and then he can't even defend himself. And then the fight's done in literally, I think, not even 2 minutes.
yeah,
And what's mad is the guy that finished him. I don't think he had one finish in the UFC, or he might have had one
yeah,
in his whole career or something like that. And then he finishes this guy, and everyone's bet on it. And everyone's like, "That looked." I remember watching it at the time, and everyone was like, "That looks so dodgy."
yeah,
And now he's been banned ever since, and they're still investigating.
yeah,
And yeah, whilst they're still investigating, no one's allowed to train at his gym. The Discord got shut down. He deleted his account. Do you know what I mean? So it's just people can tell. It's just people can tell. Like, and you even hear these stories about footballers that, I mean, look at Paquetá and Tonali.
Oh, I can't believe. I feel like Paquetá, he might be banned for life because it's so much more severe. Because he's actually influencing a match.
Yeah,
It's very different to just betting, like sitting on the bench and be like, "I think I'm going to win today," or
Yeah.
"Oh, my team's going to win," or "This team's going to win."
That's-
If you're actually going out on a match, telling everyone, "I'm going to get a yellow card," "I'm going to go and get a yellow card," that's
Yeah.
so much worse.
yeah, I agree because it's kind of that is spot fixing.
Yeah,
And you're gaining the system because if you say to someone, "I'm going to get a yellow card,"
yeah,
and then you do, that's gaining the system.
yeah.
But do you think players and athletes should be allowed to gamble, just not on their games, or what do you think?
Yes, I can see why they're not, because
It's like a slippery slope.
it really is. Yeah, as soon as you,
Say, "Oh, well, that's all right. Then why can't I
Yeah.
do that?"
exactly, yeah,
Because I kind of think of it, yes, you should be allowed to bet on not your thing because that's nothing to do with you. But then at
Yeah.
the same time, if you know a guy that's say in MMA or boxing, you know a guy in your gym and you know, well, you know what, I know he's got a broken leg,
yeah,
but he's going to, for example, when TJ Dillashaw fought Aljamain Sterling nearly 2 years ago,
yeah,
he knew he had a busted shoulder, but he hid it from everyone. But his teammate, Cub Swanson, he did an interview like a month or so later. He said, "Yeah, I knew he had a broken shoulder. We were training, but we had to keep it under wraps.
Yeah,
but
definitely.
I knew he was injured.
yeah,
But you never know because the thing is, people win injured all the time. That's
That's
why he
true.
thought, let me just go for it.
yeah,
I'm probably never going to fight for a title again. Let me go for it. But in theory, he could have just said, I'm going to bet £10,000 on him to lose. Do you know what I mean?
exactly, yeah,
And he could have made loads of money.
yeah.
So I guess that could be the reasoning where, oh well.
Inside info, yeah,
But then at the same time, because I think in a way it's kind of good that they can't do that because how do you police it? Because if you're Conor McGregor and then there's two Indian girls fighting that you have no idea about, and you're like, I want to bet on this girl. What's
Yeah.
wrong with that? But then
you never know.
you never know. You might know someone that knows them or something like that.
Especially in like, imagine in like non-league football, if you had like, you had a friend and you said, "All right, I'm going to bet on you to do this today, and then I'll do you that same favor. Like I'm going to bet on you to go and get a yellow today. Make sure you go and get a yellow, and I'll return the favor." And
Well, that would look so obvious, though, don't you think?
potentially, yeah.
But if you're a non-league player and you used to say, I'm just going to bet, I think Arsenal are going to win the league. I'm going to put £100 on.
Yeah, I just feel
I
it
think
should be
that
helpful,
should
yeah.
things like that should be allowed. But if you say, oh, I'm in League Two, but But I think this other team in League Two is good. That's a bit dodgy. Not that it should. Really, it shouldn't be dodgy. But it might seem like, well, are you gonna? If there's a game and you've got to beat this team, are you gonna go as hard as you can?
Yeah.
It's a conflict of interest.
It's very, very true.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So I don't know, man.
It would just be so difficult to make a rule in that makes sense. It's so much easier to say, no, you can't bet on it.
But I suppose, you're right. Because I mean, if you're a guy like Tonale or Paquetá, really, you actually don't need the money. It's just probably just fun. But in that case, I would just say, okay, fine. I can't gamble on football. I'm gonna gamble on literally. There's so many sports.
Else,
whether it's boxing or tennis or whatever it might be.
Obviously, we don't have all of the information with Paquetá, but what it looks like.
He's told his friends to bet on him to get a yellow card.
Which means they've made a lot of money off of that.
Yeah, because I think they put on crazy wages, like thousands of dollars.
Yeah. And
him to get a yellow card, and I don't think he had a yellow card yet in the season.
Yeah.
He was something like 8-1 to get a card that carded or something like that, and it's just. It would have been easier for him to just give them 10 grand. Cause I'm assuming he's probably on like 80 grand a week, sort of thing.
Exactly, yeah.
That's a strange one.
Yeah, his football career's done now. I mean, he's not even that old.
Yeah, he's like 27, 26.
He's probably got like a year left until the investigation, and he's just banned for 10 years.
And what's mad as well, Man City were trying to buy him this time last year for like 100
mil. Yeah.
That's insane. Can you imagine if they bought him and then... Because that was 2 seasons ago, that thing now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you know who it is that's investigating? Is it the Premier League or is it somebody higher up?
I think it's all of them. It's probably the Premier League, the FA, and they probably do it all together with the gambling companies.
Because I feel like if UEFA's looking into it, I can imagine him just being sold to Brazil for like 5 mil. Then he just ends his career there.
Is that how it works?
Well, if he's banned from all European competitions with UEFA,
is that how? Oh yeah.
I can imagine him just going to South America and be like,
Tony got banned for what, a year essentially.
Yeah. And
so he got banned for a year.
Was it a year?
About a year, or like 9 months or something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
But what did he do though?
He was just betting on.
But he would bet on his team to lose when he wasn't playing.
Yeah, which is dodgy, but he's not actually influencing the game, which makes it nowhere near as bad. And he would also bet on him to score, wouldn't he? Yeah. Yeah. So it's just it's nowhere near as bad. Like if he bet on his team to lose and he was playing. Yeah, that's bad. That would be really, really bad. I think he should be banned. Michael Jordan used to bet on himself to win. Yeah. Then his team to win and him to score. Yeah. Plus points or something over however many baskets or whatever. Yeah. That's what he would do, and he would win loads of money on stuff like that. Yeah. For example, Ryan Garcia, when he beat Devin Haney, he bet $2 million. Yeah, I think that's cool. That's cool. Yeah. He made 14 mil or something like that. Yeah. Yeah. Fair play to him. Yeah. On top of so he made nearly 30 million. Do you know what I mean? Yeah. So that's quite smart. I don't have a problem with betting on himself to win. I just don't think a fighter should be allowed to bet on himself to lose. Yeah, 100%. Because you can't sort of say, because let's just say a team said, so like Barcelona were playing Macclesfield, they know they're going to win. Yeah. They could go 3-0 up and say, we're not going to. We think there's going to be under 3.5 goals. That would be bad. That would be really bad. Yeah. If you're a boxer or a fighter and you say, okay, I think I'm going to win and I think I'm going to knock this guy out, that's fair enough. Fine, yeah. That's fine, I think. Yeah, 100%. Because you can't, like in fighting, you can't say, you couldn't do a thing where you'll say, well, I know I'm going to beat this guy, but I'm just going to beat him on a decision. It's not like that. Yeah, no. A fight plays out, anything can happen, kind of thing. Yeah, exactly. Whereas with a football match, it's way more predictable, sort of thing. Yeah. You couldn't just say, I know I'm going to win, so I'm just going to hold him down for 5 rounds. Yeah, really controllable. Yeah. All right. Well, we actually went over an hour and a half, but guys, this has been the Off the Cuff show. My younger brother Jay was here earlier. My friend Ben was here. But yeah, we're done. We'll be back next week. Like I know I say it every week, but I'll try and get some guests. Everyone just turned me down, but yeah, we'll be back. We'll get someone proper hopefully next week. But yeah, see you guys next week, 8 o'clock, and maybe another show if I get some more guests. Yeah. But yeah, see you guys. Thank you. Thank you.